In celebration for the open beta test for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds literally tomorrow, I decided to do two videos. One of my top 5 biggest concerns for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, which is already out, so if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out after this video, which is my top 5 biggest things I am most excited for in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Hello everyone, I'm OCDsaster, and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel, where everything we do here is Sonic related. So if that sounds like something your speed, consider checking out some other videos after this one and subscribing. It really does help me out. I am excited for the tracks in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. They all look really, really good and pay homage throughout the Sonic franchise through levels, assets, and of the like. And so far, they've picked some bangers, and I really like the overall aesthetic of these tracks. But we're not just getting Sonic-themed tracks. We're also going to be getting Sega tracks and tracks that come with the DLC characters, such as the Avatars, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, SpongeBob, and the recently announced Pac-Man. So we have a lot of tracks to choose from, which I think is extremely important, because in number 4 for my top most excited things for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds would be the travel ring combos. I am very excited to see all the different combinations you can do by selecting different travel rings as you're racing. For those of you that have forgotten, there are a lot of mechanics in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, but the biggest gimmick of all of them is the travel rings. That's the secret sauce to this entire game, in which if you're in first place after the first lap of doing a track, you will be given an option between 2 different travel rings. They are portals to different versions of tracks that are more ambiguous. They aren't really themed, to my knowledge, of other courses. They're not taking you to another Sonic track or another, Sega track. They're taking you to these more ambiguous places, such as dinosaurs or a pirate ship, more broader themes. And you can also get a random travel ring, which will randomize the path. And what's cool is you'll teleport there for the second lap and then teleport back for the third. And there'll be glitches sometimes throughout the track for your final lap, implementing both where you were and the track that you originally started with. So I am very excited to see how this is implemented and how it works. It seems like it's going to be very seamless, which is good because it's the main gimmick of the game, like I said. But I want to see the replayability, how different each race is going to feel, because each time you could get a different path to choose from. And then also, you aren't always going to be in first, so you're not always going to get to pick. And I'm just really excited to see how that looks and feels when racing, because I don't think we've really seen anything like this in a racing game before. Number 3 is the characters. I am excited for the characters and the roster of this game, but it's not higher because I already know the characters that I will most likely play will already be in this game, such as Sonic, Shadow, Metal Sonic, Silver, and of course, the one, the only, the god of them all, Big the Cat. But I am still very curious to see what other characters are going to make this roster, both from the Sonic franchise and the Sega franchise. Not to mention, we still have one more mystery DLC character from the Season 1 pass, and we are, impatiently waiting to see who that will be. I do have to say, my one criticism, and I might do a whole nother video on this, is I think they revealed the characters too quickly. I know that they probably had some sort of contract or legal obligation for marketing purposes and to, give those, other IPs their spot, like Minecraft and, the Nickelodeon characters and stuff. They're probably like, hey, you need to push this out when you launch the game. But it would have been cool to wait after each individual character was announced. But who knows, maybe they'll do that for the Season Pass 2 of the DLC, which I think we'll get based off of the performance and sales of the first one and how the game is going and stuff like that. More on that later. Number 3 was the characters, alright? Now we're going to my number 2 item that I'm most excited for in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and that would be the unlockable system that will be in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Now, I've done a whole video on this, so you can check that out after this, but I really want to have a good unlock system, whether it be doing certain challenges to unlock characters, or even if you have the whole roster already, unlocking car parts, getting maybe currency. I'm not a big fan of in-game currency, but experimenting around with how to get different things in the game to keep that dopamine level going, so you can get decals and just keep grinding the game. I'm very curious of what that's going to look like, but the more and more I think about it, the more excited I get to be able to unlock content for this game. And the number one thing that I am most excited for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is the rivalries. I didn't actually think this was going to be the top one on my list, but the more and more I thought about it and saw some of the trailers and the kind of information on the rivals, I think it's going to add an interesting little personal part to the race, where when you start up, there'll be one character that's kind of like your enemy, your rival for that whole race. And so there's going to be more of an edge and more of a motivation to beat them and attack them. And I just think also from a content creating standpoint, it could provide some really funny clips and really funny moments. So I'm very, very excited to see how this works and to really have a big rivalry. And it will be so funny if for some reason you have like a rival with the same character multiple times or the same person online multiple times. It could lead to a lot of fun. So that is probably my most excited thing for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. So yeah, that's gonna about do it. This was my list, my top 5 most excited things for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Number 5 was the tracks. Number 4 was the travel ring combinations that you can do. Number 3 was the characters. Number 2 was the unlockables. And the number one thing I'm most excited for is the rivalries in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. What did you guys think of my list? Did you like what I'm excited for? Did you think there's other things that I missed that I should be more excited for? Let me know your list down in the comments below. And like I said before, I have done a ton of other Sonic videos here on the channel, so please feel free to check those out and consider subscribing to the channel. It means so much. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, the open beta test is tomorrow. I cannot wait, and I'm going to be dropping videos, so make sure you stay alert. I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya!